Hi, Kaf.
Aloha.
How are you doing?
Tired, but doing okay, I think.
I concur. I concur. But yeah, so this is a chit chat segment with all the collaborators on becoming Adomaa since it's our 1 year anniversary. And of course, I have to speak to creative director, personal manager A&R, executive producer, director. You wear lots of hats. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the even though you're not technically wearing the hat. Yeah. Just wanted to talk about, making the project, your thoughts, your process, and all of that
Okay, Z.
for a few
All right.
minutes.
But wait.
Anyway, so
Before you, because I know you have the questions and everything, but
yeah.
before we even do that, uh, the the fact that, well, to me, the fact that you are and you were in the mindset to do music again is like a super remarkable thing for me and something that I'm very like proud of. So I want you to just touch on just a little bit on how you came to this space in your mind, because for a long time it was like this music thing is not for you.
Okay, so for me, in 2015, I've said the story countless times at so many different places. But yeah, 2015, music started for me honestly it was very accidental and it was very sudden. And it has always been something that I loved and I enjoyed, but I never saw myself as, a musician. And when it came, I just, I went with the flow. I wasn't necessarily in it the way artists are supposed to be in it. It was just one of those things that had come at that time and there was a buzz and it made sense. And I was having fun and I had a like really dope team and everything just seemed to fall in place. So it was like, okay, let's just go with the flow. But I wasn't in it. So everything that happened, which is what the project talks about, um, happened, and it caused me to I went through a lot and I had to stop. Coming back now feels like I have gone through the processes I was supposed to have gone through to the processes that every artist I think goes through before they make that decision to go actively into music. I've done that, even though I had to stop, do it and come back. But yeah, everybody's story is different. And so
Yeah.
I've gone through all of that and I've come to this place. Okay, this is it's something I enjoy, but more than it being something I enjoy, I want to do it. And I feel like I'm on better footing to make that decision because I've been in the industry for a while. It's not like I'm green and I'm making that decision because life too can shock you if you are making that decision and you've never gone through. I've gone through all of that before, like to some degree, and so I know it's hard, but I want to give it a proper shot. I feel like the first time I came in, I didn't give it a proper shot.
Yeah.
I was going with the flow. So this is me very conscious and like, yeah, I want to give it a proper shot.
Okay. Okay. I'm happy that you are. So yeah, let's see how the next few years go.
Chale. Let's see. Let's
Vim,
see. Okay,
sorry,
so my Vim, Chale, Vim, Vim, Vim. So my first question is, as the creative director of the music project and also the director of the short film and documentary, what was it like working on this project? Like, what was the process? What was the process? How did you even get on the project?
I know, right? So I mean, it starts from you. It starts from you saying you wanted to do music again. That's literally because we hadn't been working for a while, and you had been acting, and that was kind of going well for you. So you saying that, okay, I feel like I'm in a better headspace. I want to, um, try my hands at this thing again. Was what started it. So we had our initial meetings. We were sort of like gauging each other's temperature because we had both been very
Yeah.
slighted
Yep,
by
yep, yep.
music
Yep,
industry.
yep,
So
yep.
like, we're not doing this thing again. But
Yeah.
yeah, from our conversations, those initial conversations in I think 2019 December, we're like, okay, let's do this thing again. So this started as, okay, we are going to do a project. I think I pitched to you the idea of a project called Beginning Again. So, like with everything that we've learned, all the things that we've gone through, let's create a project that just reflects all this and call it Beginning Again. And so then we put together a writing camp. I spoke to Dado, who is now Te. That's David Adojan. Spoke to your brother, Joshua. Spoke to the guitarist Leslie Ado. Who am I missing?
Leslie, why is this even?
They said he's charging.
Yeah, this goddamn.
I think it was these people, and then of course Suza to be our content producer, but also like our moral support. And we went, and I think we had a good writing camp, and that's where we were able to like flesh out how this project was going to go. And it was a good time. It was a good time. So I guess from there, when we came back, we obviously tried to produce the music, and the music changed. There was a direction that we wanted for the music, the production of the music to go. We had a more acoustic vibe in mind, but Charlie, with creativity, sometimes things just happen. So it became a bigger project than we had initially like envisioned.
Yeah.
That was where my, I guess, our creative direction, production things came in. We got Reynolds on board. Tronomy continued the work he had started at writing camp with certain songs. Dado himself came on to work on the song that he had also co-written with you. We spent a good number of months working on fleshing out these ideas. And that's how the project came to be. Somewhere along the way, it became Becoming Adomaa, and I think that came from you looking at our previous project being Barely Adomaa, and you thinking about, okay, how this project is unfolding. You feel like it should be called this rather, and so because before we had Beginning Again, and we had the last track on the project being Beginning Again. So it's like the title track of the project, but I like that we went with Becoming Adomaa. So it was a good, that part of it was pretty good. That's my favorite part of art, just making the music and making the art. And then we obviously got to the hard part, or the hardest part, which was Adume's ideas. Adomaa said, hey, if I'm coming back, I'm not coming back just like that. I have to add a short film to this thing. So Adomaa wrote a script that frankly needs Hollywood funding. Hollywood funding. And that's where things became what they became. We tried to talk to different directors. It was either not working with their schedules, or of course the amounts that they were calling for us, we just could not do. And so I ended up directing the documentary and the short film. I've been wanting to direct for a while, but it wasn't for this project. I hadn't thought about it for this project, but out of necessity, I ended up being the one to direct, and it ended up being a very good experience for me. Very, very useful, very educational. I learned a lot on the job. Spoke to different people like Joseph Akwesi, who gave their expertise. Hanif Abdullahi also gave his expertise, and of course worked with the most amazing crew. And of course I cannot say the crew without mentioning Suza, Henry de Souza Nelson, who is one of the most creative people you will ever meet. Proper genius. And he was a cinematographer. So we were able to put together the film, and then the documentary as well. And that's how we got here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you so much for allowing me.
So
Yeah.
with all of the stages of the project and everything, what would you say your favorite moment or your favorite behind the scene moment has been?
Okay, my favorite behind the scene moment. My favorite moments in general is just the making of music. Like I just love the making of music. I don't mind if I'm not the one making it. I just love to be in the room when magic is being made. So there's that. But behind the scenes moments when it comes to the short film, particularly, was so the day that we were shooting the circus scenes, um, things were not going well. Things were not going well at all. Like people were leaving, because we had a certain time we're supposed to start certain things, but Ghana, when you're working with different people, the lighting person comes at this time, the
Like,
sets person finishes at the correct time. So many things. So according to schedule, people were there, and these were like most of them were volunteers. Like people are just, oh, we want to help you to shoot this thing, but at a certain point in time, they're like, Charlie, I've been here for too long. I have to go. So I was beginning to feel down, and then I just look up, or I hear people singing, and then I look up, and then I see some of our friends who have volunteered to be part of this. They're just seated around somewhere, and they're singing. They're just singing and just like having fun. And I don't know, there's just something about that just warmed my heart, made me calmer, and I don't know, it made me feel very grateful for the people that we have as friends, people
yeah,
that we can call on. Just the fact that things were not going well, but they decided to create some joy out of that moment. It helped me finish the night and think quicker on my feet about what to do to like fix things. So that would be my favorite BTS moment.
oh, big shouts. I saw is it Fui and
We
Malaika?
we Kantamaklu, Malaika, Wendy Orhin, who's raised, Malaika, who's a fantastic singer as well,
Yeah.
Rashid, Fui's brother, Leslie Gomez, who else was there? Like
Yeah.
that was a moment for me. I'm very, very
Charlie.
grateful. Bright
Oh,
Aqua, I
wow.
see Bright Aqua there. Yes, Bright
Yes,
Aqua.
yes, Bright was yeah, yeah. I think I remember. I was not. I was up and down, but I remember that moment. So yeah,
Yeah.
big shouts, big shouts. Okay, so my next question. I know this is very hard. This is very
Yeah.
very hard, but I like that it is hard. Do you have a favorite song on the project? I don't. I
Uh,
actually don't expect you to come to this answer easily. So humor me and think about it for some time. Whether or not you have an answer, just humor me.
mm,
And and,
I mean,
and
I have,
I want to
uh-huh.
see some struggle. It's personal.
I
Just
have,
like
I
yeah,
mean, I have different favorites for different reasons.
yeah,
Um, Utopia is a favorite for musical reasons. Like I like folk music, I like acoustic music, I like when you are doing acoustic music, and I like how it made me feel. But like it's more for like the music of it.
right,
Circus is a fave for the ambition of it. Like
yeah,
a hugely ambitious song, produced by your creative genius brother Tronomy. And I like how it came together. I like the ideas that he had, the ideas I had, the way we brought that together. We brought
yeah,
instrumental. Like I love all of that. But I must say, Crash will have to be my favorite because of what it's talking about. It's the song I relate to the most. And so, yeah, I think, first of all, I like how it's structured. It doesn't have a typical, verse, intro verse, hook, second verse, hook,
yeah, yeah,
bridge.
yeah,
No, it's very
yeah.
unorthodox, an unorthodoxly arranged song, but it's also speaks to me. Speaks to me. It's a song I've listened to the most the project. Yeah.
Right.
Sick and tired, I'm not wired for this kind of life, I will not deny it. Some days I'm flying, some days I crash to the ground. The earth gives way and I sink deep underneath the applause. The thunder, the clapping, I blink, and it's all gone. No more, no more. I can't take no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. I can't take no more, no more, no more, no more. I said I'm tired, I can't fight it. Lights went out in all the rooms, just leave.
Yeah, so that was just a little snippet of Kaf's favorite song, all-time favorite song. I mean, he has a lot of, they have a lot of favorites, but this is like the from what I gather, this is like the top. So yeah, that was just a little snippet. It's really very TV like. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to make a point based on what you said about how unorthodox the arrangement of the song is and what it means. I feel like it's something that I just clocked about about the song in general. It's like sick and tired and just frustrated. Like you can't even be bothered to
You don't
stick
have
to
time for structure.
to stick to the structure of how a song works.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't think it was intentional. I don't think we did that intentionally, but it's amazing because like after working on this project was like 2 years in the making. It's interesting that you can come back even a year later and still find, very interesting, cool facts like that you're still
And
like
I think that's the thing
discovering.
that's the thing I like about art. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you guys when the writing was happening, writing Kafui and Dado, it's not like you
Yeah.
set out to make a song without structure.
No.
But like it just flowed
It's
that way.
just
That's where I
yeah.
just love that. I love it.
Yeah. Really cool, really cool. Pat on our backs for that. Even though it wasn't. All right, so looking at how everything has come together and the year it's been a year since we released the project. How different was it from the initial vision?
How different was it from the initial vision? I mean, I've talked about the music side. We had initially intended for it to be a very mellow, acoustic,
Yeah.
purely guitar-driven project. I mean, there's still songs like that. Obviously, Smoke and Mirrors, Utopia are like that. But then, of course, we have songs like Crash, which is also guitar-driven. But then we have Circus and we have Beginning Again, which are much bigger. So, and then we also have the intro, and then we have In the Clouds, which were a completely different direction from where we had initially wanted the project to go sonically. So that's one, but I love it. I love that it went here. For the film, yeah, like I said, the Hollywood script, the budget that's needed, we did not have. So we made the most with what we had. Also, I had not intended to direct this. I had intended to do my normal things, my normal manager things, my normal producer things, and just produce for a director. But yeah, I ended up directing, and like I said, it was an amazing experience. So I mean, the film as it is now is obviously not what was on paper, but
Yeah.
I do think that we made the most with what we had, and I'm very proud of us for that. I think that if there's an award for like maximizing, the littlest of things to like create something memorable, something worthwhile, we should get that award. I think we did pretty
Yeah.
good with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I remember struggling myself with so many of the things because, like, the way I can be, and I'm sure you, of course, you know this. We've been
Oh, yeah,
working
sure.
for over a decade. the way I see things in my head, and like after writing it down, if it doesn't play out like that, it can worry. But like after watching everything, I think I was very very happy. Like you said, we made the most of what we
Yeah.
had. I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
think
similar to you in that respect, and I feel like I've learned from that in the past, because I'm sure you remember, like, back when we started, things like the Afraba concerts, and then like our Vim concerts that we had, like the way I was down after the concerts because
yeah,
it
because
didn't,
how
yeah, how it was,
exactly
because
how
when
it
I
was
envisioned
said,
things,
yeah,
yeah, it didn't. But then when you step back, when you step outside of yourself and you
yes,
actually look at the things,
yes,
sometimes you have a different perspective, and you're like,
true,
okay, it may not have been what I planned,
yeah,
but it was still great. It
it's
was still
still
good.
very, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So would you say it's met your expectations in general?
I mean, if we want to be very literal, no, it didn't meet my expectations, but I'm still very, very okay with where it went. And I think the thing that is the most heartwarming about this entire process has been the response.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, we didn't set out to make this project like some huge commercial project that people are listening to and it's all over the place. This
yeah,
was this was your comeback. So
yeah,
like we are going slowly, like we are starting slowly, feeling
yeah,
our way.
yeah,
But the responses from people have been amazing, amazing, amazing. Like what it's done for people. Like I didn't think like it's a project about the mental health of a creative, but
yeah,
it's not explicit. Like we're not explicitly saying things. We're not.
yes,
There's nowhere that you find anxiety, depression in any of the lyrics.
yeah,
So everything is painting a picture. Apart from maybe beginning again and maybe crash, like I don't think that okay, maybe in the clouds. Like not a lot of it is very literal,
literal,
but
yeah,
for some reason people were able to like relate. Like they felt the emotion, even if the lyrics did not necessarily say what the emotion was.
yeah,
And that was fantastic. And then of course, people who have watched the documentary and the short film, they just talk about how it's impacted them as well, how it's changed their lives, that sort of thing. And that's what we do this for.
yeah.
Yeah, in that respect, it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I think I agree. Me personally, I try to keep my expectation to zero
I
because
know.
like I really didn't know what I didn't want to expect anything because like I've not been active for years, and so coming back, I didn't want to put any like for me. I just wanted to. I think the success of it was the ability to complete it. Because I know I was very adamant to have the music have a short film, and then along the way you came with the suggestion to have like the documentary. So for me, if we're able to have complete the project, complete the short film, complete the documentary, and put it out, I'm happy. Like that was like the biggest thing for me. So to have and like for me, yeah, I think I honestly didn't expect people. I was very worried about people not getting it because we were not very literal. I remember when
Yeah.
we did like some soft, soft listens for a few people. I was for me that was the biggest thing. Did you understand? Did you understand? Did you get the sequel? Did you understand? Because like I get it, we get it because we made it, but like the people listening, you want to make sure that they understand. And the feedback actually was emotional.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
after the release was like an emotional period for me because the impact it had on people was I didn't expect that.
I'm just so insanely grateful. I'm so happy that this project came out. I'm so happy that the things that I went through happened so that this could happen, so that it could be everything that it has been for you guys. I really, really appreciate you. You have no idea. You have no idea. Some of you have said some things that have made me cry, and some have maybe come close to crying.
But generally, like, yeah, I'm proud of the projects. I'm proud of the
Yeah.
work. Yeah, I'm proud of the work that we put. We put a lot of work. We put
You put a lot of
blood,
work in, and it's good stuff.
blood, sweat, tears, a few drops of saliva, and yeah,
Yes. Alright.
a lot went into it, and yeah, I'm very proud. So it's 1 year now, and becoming
I'm
Adomaa. We were
glad you are
still,
saying you are very proud, because when you got nominated for those VGMAs, you're like, I'm not sure I deserve to be in that. And I honestly, I
yeah,
get where you're coming from, because of, yeah, I get mainstream versus alternative versus, I get all of that. But for the categories you were nominated for, I think that it was fully deserved, because I think this is wonderfully put together music, wonderfully crafted music.
yeah.
And yeah, I think it's something that you should be extremely, extremely
No,
proud.
I'm very like I sometimes feel like I worry for the next project
Mm.
because of how this was and everything that it was. Yeah, and I because coming back into music and like I said, making that decision to be here, to be present, to give it a real shot. I feel like this is the first time that I have fully immersed myself into my artistry. Prior to that, it was a lot of collaborating. I mean, this is still a collaborative work, but yeah, for me, I
You
was
are-
just going with the flow.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean,
this is the first
the
time
difference,
that's
yeah.
like, yeah. So for me, it's yeah, very definitely very happy about it, very proud, and I mean, the people it has touched, I'm very happy, and I know it's been a year. I'm hoping people still listen to it and still think it's fresh. I know it's been a year, and people tend to, you know, want the next new thing
Oh, I mean,
after.
you still have monthly listeners. You still have streams for that. People are listening.
Yeah, but you know how the industry can be
I know
sometimes.
what you mean. Yeah.
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 So yeah, thank you so much for this very short conversation about the project, and as usual, very grateful for all your inputs. We've been there since day one. Yeah, I think before day one, say
Before, what's the okay? Let me not. That was a very corny. Very corny.
before
It's fine.
before
Fine.
before the yeah, I'm very very appreciative. Thank you very much, creative director extraordinaire, director manager A&R. What other hats do you wear?
It's okay if we say it. Then I don't know. Then I start feeling some way. But yeah, it's yeah. It's. I love
What
the
other
word.
hat? I feel like the other hats you wear that I'm not mentioning.
I mean, what don't I do? like, like that's the thing. Like, what don't I do? You know. But yeah, I enjoy. That's the thing. I enjoy. I'm passionate about this, and I believe in you. Obviously, I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in you. So, yeah, I'm also honored to have been able to work with you and to have met you. And in many respects, my trajectory, because I was going to go into academia and all of that, and my trajectory changed because we met. So also very grateful to you and your family. Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Mm-hmm.
thank
Because it's because of your family that we even have like the studio and all
you.
of
Yeah,
that. So
true.
little dreams that you weren't entirely sure if they were ever going to like happen, and you're like, oh, maybe when I'm 40, 50, I'll do these things.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah.
and I'm glad we are still in it,
Same.
regardless of life's
And
ups and
bumpy. It hasn't been
extremely
smooth,
bumpy.
but yeah.
Extremely bumpy. The
Yeah.
car cried has stopped at several points. You have to go
The
and look for
tires bad.
fuel.
Woo. Wow. That's what
Charlie.
But yeah, we're still
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So yeah, it's the 1 year anniversary, or it's the road to the 1 year anniversary of becoming Adomaa. We're still becoming. We've not gotten there yet. So I appreciate everyone that has been there with me on the journey, to all the listeners too that have been listening and supporting in your little corner. It's actually, it's very, very appreciated. So yeah, make sure to stream the project if you haven't yet. And if you've forgotten about, maybe you heard it the time it came out and you want to refresh your memory, please feel free to do so and share it with a loved one. Um, yeah, let me know how you feel after listening to it again, like, giving it some time and listening again. If the feeling is still the same. Yeah, thank you very much, and
Oh,
see you
one
tomorrow.
last thing I want to say.
Yeah,
I want people to be patient with you because, like, I can see where this is going. I can see where it can go, and I can see where it's going. And I feel like if people are patient with you and allow themselves to grow with you in the different phases that you will go through, in the end, um, yeah, they will be proud that they stuck with you through all of this. So I hope people give you the chance to grow and
yeah.
and stay with you as you go. Yeah.
I really appreciate it. All right, thank you very much, and see you tomorrow for what's next for tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Bye.